Hello, Arnold parents. I would like to thank you for taking some time out of your day to watch our Title I Parent Input Meeting presentation. It is my hope that you will find some valuable information within this presentation and provide us with your feedback. Now, first off, if you're watching this, please take just a minute to complete the attendance sheet, which I have attached to an email and sent to all of you. It is also on our website. It is very important that we document that our parents have had the opportunity to get this information and to provide us with feedback. So please take the time to do that. Again, that's the attendance form, and then we have the feedback form. Those are two separate forms. Your feedback will be anonymous, so make sure you please give us your feedback and be sure to fill out the attendance form. Okay, so Arnold Middle School is a Title I school, and that simply means that we qualify to receive federal funds that we can use to improve our school. And we are using that funds to improve the academic achievement of all of our students. All right, so for our agenda for today, we've got several things we're going to talk about. We basically have 7 items, and I want to go through these very quickly. I have attached this agenda in the email that I sent out, and this agenda will also be posted on our website. But we're going to cover 7 things, and I'm going to try to go through these fairly quickly, but you will be able to play this video over and over again if needed. So we're going to cover our comprehensive needs assessment. We're going to talk about our data and where we're at and what we might need to work on. We're going to talk about our school improvement plan. We have a draft, and I'm going to go through that with you, some of the goals and our action plans on our school improvement plan. Our parent and family engagement plan and policy. And we'll also talk about our family engagement activities and workshops that we're planning for this year. And we'll be discussing our school parent compacts. We have a draft of those ready to go. And we'll also be talking about our building school staff capacity and what that means. And finally, we're going to wrap this up with a discussion of our Title I budget and getting some feedback on our family engagement plans and things that you might want to see us take a look at. Okay, so here are our overall goals for the day. We want to know, how are we performing as a school? What is our overall plan for improvement? We want to talk about how we can work together as a school, the students, the parents, the administration. How can we work together to achieve this? How are we budgeting our funds for this coming year? What can we do to increase parental involvement? And what activities are we planning? So we want to present you with that and then get some feedback from you and then get your input on our overall plan. So that's kind of the goals for this presentation. All right, item 1, this is our needs assessment. We're going to talk about our academic achievement. Due to the school closure, we did not administer the Georgia Milestones test last year, so we are going to be using the test results from the previous year, fiscal year 19, to set our target goals. We did administer a test called the STAR assessment in ELA and in math, and we will be using that data, which is an indicator of our progress towards our goals. If for whatever reason we do not administer milestone testing this year, if it's canceled again, we will use the STAR test as a measure of our reaching our goals this year. Okay, so this is data that's available on the Georgia DOE website. This is our 2019 CCRPI score. As you can see in the top right, our overall score was 89.8. We're very proud of that score. We worked very hard to increase our performance on our state standards. So the first one is content mastery. This is a subsection of our overall score. We scored a 77.9 on that, which was an increase of 6.5 points from the previous year. Content mastery just comes from the 4 academic subjects and comes from the overall scores. And as you can see, the district score was 77 average. We scored a 77.9, so we were slightly above the district. The state score was 67.6, so we were significantly higher than that. Each one of the subjects you can see below, English was 76.62, which was an increase of almost 12 points from the previous year. Mathematics, we scored a 79.34, which was an increase of 2.62 points. Science was at 74.43, an increase of 2.21. Social studies, 80.77, increase of 5.85 points over the previous year. So we're very proud of our performance on our academic achievement. All right, progress is measuring how well our students progressed in English and mathematics compared to students who tested similarly in other schools. This is a very complicated formula, but basically it's how well our kids did compared to everybody else in the same testing bands. Our English students, we got the maximum amount of points possible. We also got the maximum amount of points possible, 100 points in English and mathematics. We increased our performance in English by almost 12 points, which is phenomenal. Math, we were already at 100 the year before. We maintained that. Our English language learners went down. We had done so well the year before, but that is a smaller percentage of our overall score. So we're still at 97.7 on progress, which is phenomenal. All right, closing gaps is how well we're doing in our subgroups on academic performance. We received, well, basically 100 is a perfect score, but we did have one yellow flag, which means we made progress, but we didn't quite make our goal in mathematics with students with disabilities. But in every other area, we met or exceeded our target goals. The stars mean we exceeded by 6%. Our goal was 3%, so we doubled our goal in all of those areas. So again, very, very proud of our academic performance. And we're hoping to continue that this year. All right, our school climate score. This climate score comes from survey data, which parents, you take this survey each year. We send this out, parent survey, student survey, we have staff survey, and then we have discipline data, and then we have attendance and other considerations. We went down slightly last year. We were over 90% the year before. This is fiscal year 19. Went down slightly to 88.8. We're hoping to get it back up to higher than 90 this year to maintain our 5-star rating. But we're still very proud of an 88.8 climate rating. But really want to emphasize the discipline and the survey data is where we're really going to try to focus on this year. Okay, so we did administer the star screener, as I mentioned earlier. We did not get to administer the 4th screener. We usually administer it 4 times per year because with the school closing. We did administer the 3rd screener, so I'm going to present that data here. Basically, just going to mention this is very similar to the milestones in what we're actually measuring. We're measuring distinguished, proficient, developing, and beginning learners based on a certain cut score. And we break this down by grade level and achievement levels. So just going to basically let you know we do have this data, and you can pause the screen here and take a look at this if you want to, but we are using this data to determine kind of what we need to be working on and where we need to focus our efforts. All right, our discipline data for the last 2 years, we have seen an increase, unfortunately, from the year before to last year. Trying to look at the same time frame, we did close school on March the 12th. So looking at referrals, total number of referrals to the office, we did increase. Unfortunately, that was 34% increase last year. Minor office referrals almost doubled, and major office referrals went up very slightly, 2.4, which is good. Number of students assigned to in-school suspension increased by 36%. 6th grade referrals increased by 47.5%. 7th grade referrals increased by 21%. And 8th grade referrals increased by 34%. So we are going to be obviously focusing on some efforts, specifically PBIS, the Positive Behavior Intervention Supports, to try to really work on and try to drill down to why we saw an increase in referrals. And we're really going to try to work on that this year for sure. The health survey data, I'm not going to go to this page. It's a very long survey, but the survey that I mentioned earlier, here's the website. Again, you can pause this and type this website in, or you can just do a Google search for Student Health Survey, Georgia Student Health Survey, and it'll pull you up in the right area. You can find Arnold's data and look at every single question, and you can look at what percentage of students answered each question. But the teachers will be using this data to really emphasize our school improvement efforts and kind of focus what we want to be working on. All right, item 2 is our school improvement focus areas. These are the 3 areas we're going to be working on this year. Obviously, school climate and discipline, we're going to work on that. We'll be focusing on PBIS, bullying awareness and prevention, and talking about social and emotional education. That's going to be a key component since we've been out of school so long, getting the students back in here, dealing with that emotional and that social construct. So we're really going to be focusing in on that this year. We're going to be working on increasing math and ELA achievement, either the milestone assessment or STAR assessment used as our benchmark measure. And we'll also be working on improving student reading levels, and we will measure that by the STAR assessment as well. Okay, so what's in our plan? We're going to be looking at purchasing additional interactive technology in the form of interactive boards for the classrooms. We're going to be working on school-wide math and reading support classes. So we do have 2 dedicated teachers that work on providing those, and students are assigned to their classes on an as-needed basis. Those teachers will also be working with other students in their classrooms as collaborative teachers. So they'll be going into other teachers' classrooms to assist them throughout the day as well. We'll also be looking at purchasing additional digital resources such as USA Test Prep. We will be using a school-wide social emotional learning curriculum. We used it last year. We did see some improvement in some of our student survey information, the data that we received. So really hoping that's working. So we're going to continue working on that, obviously. We'll be providing tutoring opportunities as we can, and we're looking at additional parent engagement opportunities. Okay, so our goal and action steps. Our Math SMART goal for this year is to increase the number of students earning a level 3 or 4 on the math milestone by at least 30 students. That would be an increase of 459 students to 489 students, and that would also increase our overall weighted proficiency from 79.34 to 81%. Again, if the milestone test is not given this year for whatever reason, then we will be using the STAR goals, and we'll set some goals for those when the time comes. For ELA, very similar goal. We're going to increase the number of students scoring level 3 or 4 on the ELA milestone by 25 students, increasing it to 489 students, resulting in overall weighted proficiency increase from 76.62 to 78%. Our Climate SMART goal this year, very simple. We're going to be doing a lot of things for this, but we just really want to look at our school climate score of 90 or greater. All right, item 3 is our parent and family engagement plan. Our parent and family engagement plan is on our website, and I will direct you to our school website. For this, it's an 8-page document. We do have a draft of that. I'm just basically going to cover the overview, and then I would like you to take a look at it and provide us with feedback. But topics that will be addressed this year in our parent engagement plan, we're going to provide you with information about what is covered in each academic course at each grade level. So we'll have some presentations that we'll provide you to kind of help you with help working with your student in each of the academic classes at each grade level. Also be giving you some information on how to keep track of your child's progress in school. We'll also have a transition meeting for our rising 6th grade parents coming up, and that'll be toward the second half of the year. And we'll also be providing an 8th grade, for all 8th grade parents this year, what to expect in high school. So we'll have a transition meeting that we'll conduct for that. We'd like to know if there's any additional topics you would like to see us provide to you, again, for you to be able to work with us in helping your child in their achievement. All right, item 4 is our parent involvement dates, building capacity of parents to work with their students. This is just a little more details about some of those workshop ideas. Today, obviously, we're doing the input meetings. I'm providing you with some information that you could provide us with feedback, and we're going to incorporate that feedback into our plans. We will have an annual Title I meeting, which will be on August the 21st, and we'll discuss our plans. We'll get it all finalized using all of your input and let you know exactly what we'll be doing this year for Title I. We will have a curriculum showcase on September 24th. That's that academic discussion about what's taught in each one of the classes and kind of what the teachers would expect the students to be able to do, kind of what the standards look like. We'll be monitoring your child's progress workshop, October 22nd. 8th grade transition to high school will be on February the 11th, and then Rising 6th grade parent night on April 15th. All right, item 5 on the agenda for today is our school parent compacts. Now, again, I've got a draft of the compact on our website. Again, I'd like you to take a look at it. Basically, all a compact is it's asking the question, what are the teachers expected to do to help student achievement? What are the students expected to do on their own behalf? And what are parents expected to do? So we've got a little agreement here. It's called the School Parent Compact. We'd like you to take a look at and provide feedback. Very simple things, very things that make a lot of sense that I think. But do take a look at our School Parent Compacts and provide us with feedback if you have any on that. All right, building staff capacity. This is basically the training we're going to provide to our staff this year to help them work with you as teachers, as parents, so that we can help build that school-to-home partnership. So these are some of the topics we're going to cover, and I'm about to run out of time on this video, so I'm going to make a second part to this video to finish it up, so please click on the next half of the video.